Hey everyone, welcome back to Soda Dungeon 2. So, we're on to Dimension 3 for the Soda Junkie only challenge. We should probably spend our gold before we move on. What can we grab? We can't quite get HP. I think we can, grab another rank of bag resourcefulness, which should be somewhat helpful. Don't have to worry about the quests or anything like that. I could do the arena. No, we couldn't even do it the first time, never mind. We'll head to Dimension 3. And we'll start thinking about the script, I think. Because there are a few tweaks we can make to the script to hopefully speed things along and, automate it. In terms of relics, HP is still a must, but I'm probably going to go for MP next, seeing as A, we want to be able to use burp, and then healing in the way of healing stones. All around, we just need a lot more MP, since we don't have the inbuilt regen like the Mystics. But HP is definitely the way to go at the start, same with attack. You just need these base stats to actually scale with the dungeon. The boost to experience is actually quite nice as well, seeing as we're only using the one comp, right? Okay, so I'll hire everyone. I'm missing one, and I have no gold. There's 500, that'll do. In terms of the script, basically, we just want to make sure that they always attack, as long as there's more than one enemy, right? Because if we stop to, say, heal, and there's still 4 enemies, and then there's only 3, and vice versa, essentially what happens is we keep hemorrhaging damage. So all we want is enemy team alive greater than 1 default attack, and we do also want to burp in there, which in case we want enemy back turn default attack, enemy base facing specific skill. Where's big burp? There we go. And then ally any. No, HP less than 100. We want to use group heal, first aid. What's the heal stone called? Just heal? I think it's called just heal. The only issue is we can't use this middle segment for enemies greater than 1, right? So we put it above, it's just always going to loop into these two. It's not going to run the check for team alive and heal. Or, again, I really wish the one quality of life change I'd ask for is just the extension of the scripting to add another check, right? If there was one more check slot, you could do a lot of cool things. But for now, I think this should be fine. So again, we just focus down the enemy comp as long as there's more than one alive, and then once we're down to that one party member, we will focus on healing. Granted, again, we do have to find healing stones, that's our only form of healing, but we can't buy them from the blacksmith. I think that should be good enough for now. We don't have Big Burp either, otherwise I might play around with the scripting, right? Just where it is slotted. So I would like to, make full use of Big Burp and back turn. You know what, the one I'm not doing is enemy status not equal to negative, specific skill, Big Burp. Right, I think that should go in 1. That way we always try and get the poison out there, especially on bosses. Okay, so Junkie set to new script. Perfect. Anything else I need to do? I don't really think I can craft that much. Well, actually I can. I can craft a little. 4. I could make iron rings. Actually, I could make... No, it's still only 1 iron ring. Either way, we'll probably just farm up. We should have enough stats, especially if I upgrade the health relic for a little bit, to push, decently. Still go for mine shafts and warps. Alright, 27 damage. So, we should be able to get to... especially with our HP to 100 easily. First boss is cake. 2 hits. 2 hits is actually quite bad when thinking about the Mystics. I'm pretty sure we're one-shotting them usually. Oh, bit of good news, right? 2 heal stones straight away. So generally we want to run 3, right? 1 whole half of the party. That way the majority of bosses only have either full side swipes or 3 enemy hits. Barely any have full group attacks, so as long as we have at least 3, we should be fine. But then again, also the healing just immensely drops off. We can only heal for 20, and at this point it's a third of our max life. Up to the janitor, we might lose our first person here. I think making it one shot, them as well, and yeah, down there. Alright, so not too bad. 100 floors. I think we should also get Big Burp at this point. Might go for a little bit longer just to see how far we can push, maybe 110, 120. Oh, especially if we get a healing berry. Got to 120, just doesn't seem like we have enough damage to get to 130. We're hemorrhaging HP every round. Yeah, even on the mini-boss, it's only one enemy. Okay, so we'll quit out here, preserve the magic clock like usual. And I will actually play around with the script for a little bit more, try to figure out Big Burp. So I would like to maximize both the poison effect and also back attacks. It's definitely going to be the highest damage output we can get with the Soda Junkies. So for instance, we'll actually grab the quests, or dialogue. Okay, so our script currently, back attack, Big Burp. I think I just moved this down, right? So we still go through this combat chain, and then we only heal when necessary. I don't know if I'd even run the heal stones, to be honest. So I think just always trying to Big Burp until we apply poison, and then just focusing on back attacks is probably going to be the best bet. There should be 25. Yeah, perfect. And also buff HP a bit more. Anything else to do? I don't know if we can craft anything. We can make frying pans. So I think I still want to make frying pans just because of the chance to burn. At least one for the boss. I could also try running Phantasmal Claw. Granted, I don't want to until I get the MP Relic, though it is a huge drop-off in damage compared to the Torment spell, right? Torment is 6.5 or 7.5 or something like that, and it does make a big difference. Plus then you have the inbuilt magic multipliers or percentages that the Mystic actually unlocks by leveling up, as well as stats, because the Soda Junkie mainly gets evasion. But I don't know, I might try it out in the next dimension, see how much damage it is. Heal stone should be fine. Equipment, you can't argue with it. Probably just swap stuff around so that the back attack is greatest. Although we are burping. Guess something like that should do it. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, let's see how burp goes. Oh. That is really slow. In hindsight. The poison is decent, but given its speed, I think I'm just gonna use it on bosses. I'm not gonna bother with the back. Oh, it does more damage though. 1.8, but that is really slow. We'll try it for 10 floors. I might look up the... No, I don't need to look up. That's incredibly slow. I might go with the Phantasmal Claw idea then instead. Especially next dimension once we get the MP Relic. That is atrocious. Alright, did the boss at least. I think I'd be better off just trying to work in Rock Throw. Because it is a damage multiplier, it's 1.1. But Burp is way too slow. Okay, so that can definitely go. That can go. And that can go. And I think this is just what we use. Maybe tie in the Rock Throw as well. So just do the same enemy, team alive, greater than 1, specific skill. Should be somewhere here, Rock Toss. There we go. 1, and I guess Phantasm would be the same. Although that would probably be enemy alive greater than 2 would be the Phantasmal Claw is what we'd want to go for. Otherwise just default attack. Where are you? Phantasmal Claw. Yeah, something like that. The only problem with this is, again, because we can't do 2, we will attack or, right? So if it's enemy or enemy, it'll do this enemy, then it'll do the or, rather than skipping that. So we'd need the just isn't or, and using that we can't gate for, you know, group size or anything like that. It's a little annoying. Again, just an extra slot to have a check would be fantastic. I know the game's not being worked on anymore, but a guy can hope, right? Okay. Still not so great on the weapon front. 2 and 1. I mean, we could try it out. It's a little extra damage, I suppose. Worthwhile though. We'll do it just to see the damage, I think. Rock Toss while the healers can go. Well, you were the definite wrong one to use. That goes there. That gets that. It gets that. And I guess you can heal as a safety. Alright, let's see how this does. So yeah, so damage is not so great because we're hitting for 50s with Burp. We should use Phantasmal Claw on the next room though. I feel like it's going to be, yeah, 18 damage. It's not great at all. If we could make a full 6, maybe, but we'd never be able to in any of the worlds. Unless I farm, of course. So I think we don't worry about Phantasmal Claw, to be honest. And we just push like normal. I might do a few farm runs just to build up the essence, get the HP relic up. But we should be able to land poison on the boss, which would really speed things up. And then we have the inbuilt evasion, and, well, we have decent HP too. Yeah, I think just setting burp to use on the... Well, to be honest, I just do the boss manually, and I'll just burp in their faces, and hopefully get the poison. Janitor down, much easier when there's no evasion to deal with. Right, first attempt at the boss. Let's see how it goes. So the idea is to try and land both the poison from burp and the burn. Granted, I think just trying to land the poison first is more important, because the frying pan is quite low, the chance to actually inflict it. And of course, on a few characters we don't actually have the mana either, which is another thing to note. I don't know... Sorry, excuse me. I don't know if we should go for healing, right? If we should just try to soak the damage. We're not landing the poison either. That was our first chance at it, and we got to resist. I mean, the damage, we're not taking too much damage. I think at this point we just let it go. We've got one heal left, and then, yeah, it's just a race for damage. I do have to watch, though. If we start losing people, I'll have to quit out so I don't lose the magic clock charge. Never mind. Okay, so bosses so far aren't being that big of a deal. You know, not being able to heal and not having, you know, huge damage output. So maybe I was wrong about Mystic Nurses. Right, because this altogether, you know, wasn't too big of an issue. And I think time-wise, we're still around the same as we've been for the past few dimensions, right? So an hour each. Yeah, just under an hour. Anyway, that's Dimension 3 then. Always a surprise with the bosses so far. I know once we get to the back end, especially from, say, the Dark Lady, once there are, you know, unconventional checks, if you will. So the Dark Lady double attacking and turning people around, usually use Chef Cheese, so that will be something to work around. And we also have the Good Lord, who just is a damage sponge, versus a Vacation Lord, who is just a damage or health check, so the opposite, right? He's sponge checking us. They'll all be very interesting. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. See ya.